Hello, my sweet friends, and good morning. I thought about you all week long. I prayed for you. I hope your week was full of adventure. I hope you had a wonderful week looking for hope and for peace. I loved seeing the pictures that you sent me this week of your completed Christmas trees. You are amazing. You do such good work. And some of you sent me pictures of you snuggling with your new stuffed bunny buddy. Amos even told me he named his reindeer Frank. Frank the reindeer. Welcome to the Ecclesia Kids family. So wonderful. I have a couple of jokes for you to get us started, make us nice and jolly on this Sunday morning. Are you ready? Why didn't Rudolph get a good report card? Because he went down in history. Okay, one more. What did one snowman say to another snowman? You're cool. Yay! I love a good joke. And I really love learning about our great big God with you. So let's get this party started. Yeah! We are in the season of Advent. Advent is a season where we make preparations, we prepare for Christmas. Just like a mom and dad have to prepare for a new baby, or if you're going to host a party, you have to make preparations. You have to send out invitations. You have to come up with a food plan. What are you going to do? Maybe play some games, set the table, clean the house, all of that stuff to throw a party. You make those preparations. We ask God to prepare our hearts for the birth of Jesus, the birth of God's Son. Remember, the word Advent means coming or waiting. So, celebrating Advent is a way of saying, I can't wait for Jesus to come. We join with Christians throughout the whole world, throughout hundreds of years, saying, I can't wait for Jesus. But while we wait, we have some special gifts that we wait with. We have celebration words. Celebrate good times. Come on. Woo! Celebrate good times. Come on. Let's celebrate. That is worth celebrating, my friends, because we don't wait with empty hands and empty hearts. No. It is worth celebrating because we wait for Jesus with hope. And we wait for Jesus with peace. And our celebration word for today is, drum roll please, joy. We wait for Jesus with joy in our hearts. Hope means that we can wait with the confidence that God is good and wants good for us. Peace means we wait with brave hearts, and our heart doesn't need to be overcome with troubles. Even though there may be chaos going on around us, we can breathe. We can focus on our trust in God. And then we have joy, joy, joy in all there's 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 J is for Jesus, and O is for others, and Y is for you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and joy. Joy is one of my really very favorite words. I can even prove it. I'm going to take you on a tour of my living room. Look at all the joy stuff I've got around. Joy. Joy. Joy's up there too. Then we've got a big joy in the corner over here. Joy. Joy is everywhere. It's one of my very favorite things to wait with because joy comes from relationship with God. Now, if you need a big time refresher on joy, you can always go back to our Fruit of the Spirit series that we did because we talked about joy a whole lot. But joy is being content and peaceful, glad on the inside of us, because joy comes on the inside because we know that God is in us and working with us. So having hope, having peace, having joy is certainly a reason to celebrate! Celebrate good times, come on! Woo! Celebrate good times, come on! Let's celebrate. Friends, I want you to be on the lookout for our celebration words for hope, peace, and joy throughout our entire morning together here on KidConnect. But don't let it stop there. Be looking for hope, peace, and joy this whole week in the world around you. Look for it in your families. Look for it in your friends. Look for it in the books, the TV shows, the things that you're doing. Look for hope. Look for peace. Look for joy. And let me know what you find. Do you remember from last week that we are building this Jesus story, the story of Jesus's birth, piece by piece? Now, last week we talked about Mother Mary, and this week we have a group of people that we are going to be talking about, people that really got to feel the joy of the Lord. Who do you think it is? Here's a hint. It's a group of shepherds. We're going to read about what happened to this ordinary group of shepherds in our scripture today. We're going to be back in the book of Luke. Remember, Matthew, Mark, Luke. Luke is the third book in the New Testament, and it's also a gospel. We're going to be in the book of Luke, chapter 2, verses 8 through 16. But I am going to be reading for you today from the Jesus Storybook Bible. Okay? So here's what I want you to do. If we were together at our church building, I would have you lie down, get comfy cozy, close your eyes, and imagine this scene. You have a wonderful imagination. You have big dreams, and your mind is so creative. And I bet that the things that you can imagine in your mind are much more glamorous than any of the pictures I could ever draw for you or anything we could find on the internet. So, if you feel comfortable, I want you to lie down and turn on your creative juices and imagine these things while I speak them. Or maybe you want to grab some paper and draw the words as I say them. You're also a very gifted artist. Are you ready? Okay, this is from the book of Luke, chapter 2, verses 8 through 16. Here we go. That same night, and amongst the other stars, suddenly a bright new star appeared. Of all the stars in the dark vaulted heavens, this one shone clearer. It blazed in the night and made the other stars look pale beside it. God put it there when his baby son was born, to be like a spotlight shining on him, lighting up the darkness, showing people the way to him. You see, God was like a new daddy. God couldn't keep the good news to himself. God had been waiting all these long years for this moment, and now he wanted to tell everyone. So he pulled out all the stops. He'd sent an angel to tell Mary the good news. He'd put a special star in the sky to show where God's boy was. And now God was going to send a big choir of angels to sing his song to the world. He's here! He's here! He's come! Go and see him, my little boy! Now, where would you send your splendid choir? To a big concert hall, maybe? or a palace perhaps? God sent his to a little hillside outside a little town in the middle of the night. He sent all those angels to sing for a raggedy old bunch of shepherds watching their sheep outside Bethlehem. In those days, remember, people used to laugh at shepherds and say they were smelly and call them other rude names. You see, people thought shepherds were nobodies, just scruffy old riffraff. But God must have thought shepherds were very important indeed, because they're the ones that God chose to tell the good news to first. That night, some shepherds were out in the open fields, warming themselves by a campfire, when suddenly the sheep, they darted. They were frightened by something. The olive trees rustled. What was that? A wing beat? They turned around. Standing in front of them was a huge warrior of light, blazing in the darkness. "Don't be afraid of me," the bright shining man said. "I haven't come to hurt you. I've come to bring you happy news for everyone everywhere. Today in David's town and Bethlehem, God's son has been born. You can go and see him. He is sleeping in a manger." Behind the angel, they saw a strange glowing cloud, except it wasn't a cloud. It was angels, troops and troops of angels, armed with light. And they were singing a beautiful song. "Glory to God be fame and honor and all our hoorays." Then, as quickly as they appeared, the angels left. The shepherds stamped out their fire, left their sheep, and raced down the grassy hill, through the gates of Bethlehem, down the narrow cobble streets, through a courtyard, down some steps, past an inn, round a corner, through a hedge, until at last they reached a tumble-down stable. They caught their breath. Then they quietly tiptoed inside. They knelt on the dirt floor. They had heard about this promised child, and now he was here, heaven's son, the maker of the stars, a baby sleeping in his mother's arms. This baby would be like that bright star shining in the sky that night, a light to light up the whole world, chasing away darkness, helping people to see. And the darker the night got, the brighter the star would shine. What an amazing account that Luke has given to us. Can you imagine being a shepherd, minding your own business, taking care of your sheep, when an army of angels appear to tell you a message that your heart has been waiting to know your whole life? They raced into Bethlehem. They raced to find Jesus. They couldn't wait to share it. They couldn't wait to share the news. Have you ever had such good news like that you couldn't wait to share? And then they found Jesus. Oh, they found Jesus. The joy that would have taken over their heart, the peace knowing that God was with them, that God had come, their hopes, all their expectations, right here in front of them with baby Jesus. We have some very talented artists in our kid ministry, like I've told you already, and I have been highlighting some of your Advent artwork. The first piece I would like to highlight today is from artist Hudson. Look at this beautiful nativity scene. Isn't it lovely? And here to show you her masterpiece is my friend Gwen.
So, I wanted to share my picture of the nativity with you. And so it's in Spanish, and my favorite part is the star because it shines.
It's time for us to play Name That Tune again. So many of the songs that we sing at Christmas time are really just another way of telling the story of Advent, but using song. So I'm going to hum a little of this song, and I want you to see if you can guess what it is. Are you ready? Do you know what it is? The First Noel. Now we could also call this song The First Christmas. Okay, I want you to sing with me and pay attention to the story because it talks about our shepherds, our joyful shepherds from our story today. All right, see if you can hear even more of our celebration words. Here we go. The first Noel, angel did say, was so certain our shepherds in fields as they lay. In fields where they keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night that was so deep. Noel, the first Christmas, the first Noel, born is the King of Israel. That was so fun. Do you have your hugging buddy? If not, go get your hugging buddy and give yourself a big ol' hug from me. Then curl up and get ready to enjoy this beautiful book that we're going to read together today. Remember, we are looking for signs of hope, peace, and joy in our book. Today we will be reading All the Colors of Christmas by Matthew Paul Turner. Christmas is red. It's a shiny new sled. It's candy canes and toy store lanes. It's sprinkles on sweet bread. It's packages with bows and Rudolph's bright red nose. It's pictures drawn and dressed up lawns. It's warm mittens when it snows. It's the drummer boy's drum, his pa-dum-pa-pum-pum. It's Santa Claus and cranberry sauce. It's apples, pears, and plums. It's presents that we send to family and to friends. It's jolly cards and merry hearts. Yes, Christmas is red. Christmas is green. It's an evergreen scene. It's holly sprigs and mistletoe twigs. It's emerald lights agleam. It's garland on rails and pine needle trails. It's winter boots and funny elf suits. It's that old Mr. Grinch tale. It's Granny Smith pies and plaid bow ties. It's fresh potpourri that smells Christmassy. It's stockings hung high. It's tinsel on trees and grass iced by freeze. It's Christmas tree balls and artwork on walls. Yes, Christmas is green. Christmas is gold. It's bright ribbon unrolled. It's jingling bells and warm, yummy smells. It's heirlooms you are not allowed to hold. It's dancers all tapping among holiday trappings. It's nutcracker crowns and Christmas Eve gowns. It's glittery gift wrap. It's a big turkey roast and walnuts you toast. It's crackling fires and glorious choirs. It's an ornament you love most. It's kids shouting, "Behold!" wearing halos and robes. It's treetop stars and old church bazaars. Yes, Christmas is gold. Christmas is blue. It's a winter sky's hue. It's flannel sheets and shaped cookie treats. It's a lake frozen through. It's big puffy coats and a huge parade float. It's juniper trees and blue spruce wreaths. It's writing Santa notes. It's a sweater Mama knit, stretched yet still fits. It's turquoise lights in the darkest of nights. It's a snowman's outfit. It's memories old and new of loved ones gone too soon. It's an Elvis song and nights growing long. Yes, Christmas is blue. Christmas is white. It's warm candlelight. It's mountaintops and small fancy shops. It's turtle doves in flight. It's December snowstorms and blankets so warm. It's angel wings and the song that we sing about our dream of Christmas morn. It's sleigh rides through snow and tea lights that glow. It's North Pole tales and frosty exhales. It's cocoa with marshmallows. It's a star shining bright on the holiest of nights. It's powdered cakes and paper snowflakes. Yes, Christmas is white. Christmas is brown. It's pine cones scattered round. It's caramel corn and copper French horns. It's winter's frozen ground. It's firewood piled high and reindeer that fly. It's cinnamon sweets and gingerbread treats. It's homemade pecan pie. It's a cradle soft with hay and a donkey's gentle bray. It's God within a baby's skin on that very first Christmas day. It's shepherds kneeling down and wise ones gathered round. It's Mary's sigh and Jesus's cry. Yes, Christmas is brown. Christmas is you. It's your own unique hue. It's your wondrous gleam and your bedtime dreams. You color each Christmas anew. It's your tinsel and flair and the gifts that you share. It's your jingling smile and your fa-la-la style. It's how you love and you care. It's the songs that you sing and the light that you bring. It's your heartfelt compassion and your hope put in action. It's your thrill for the little things. It's your love for what's true. It's the good that you do. You're a part of the story, the joy, and the glory. Yes, Christmas is you. Christmas is you. You are a part of this story. Did you hear hope? Did you hear peace? Did you hear joy? Celebrate good times. Come on. All right, in your bags, my friend, you have some ornaments. And as you scratch on the surface, those bright Christmas colors will appear. I hope you enjoy doing that, and I hope this week you will be looking around you at all the colors of Christmas, what that reminds you of, and reminding you that you are part of this story. My sweet, sweet friends, I want you to remember that Jesus is Emmanuel, and Emmanuel means God with us. God with us. God with us. God with us. Our joy isn't dependent on what is going on in our life or our world or a COVID vaccine or the people that we're with or the people that we're quarantined inside our homes with. It doesn't depend on the gifts that we give or the gifts that we receive, the gifts that we find under a tree. No person or gift or award could ever give us complete joy. Our joy comes from God. That joy that flooded the hearts of the shepherds and the angels and Mary and Joseph, that joy, it still has power for you and for me when our hearts are rejoicing with this very good news. We lit a candle for hope. Jesus brings light to the darkness. And we lit a candle for peace, God with us. And today we light our candle for joy. I hope you have a wonderful week. Boy, do I miss you. I'll see you next week.